Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. HappyCattyCrypto here. So here we go, the ultimate curveball to realistically, not so much throw, but put out there, because the second half of this proposal, right, like I was explaining in my previous video, this prop doesn't matter if it passes or if it doesn't pass. Hopefully we're going to get all nodes at least put a vote in and other validators will follow suit. That would be absolutely brilliant. But as we can tell, if it's not something where people are going to gain from it, they're not interested in voting. And that really is our current validating base down to a T. You know, really crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and saying it for what it is. It's become so obvious from this proposal. But like I was saying, I've got a bit of a curveball to throw, because the second part of this proposal, right, there's roots. And the issue being at the moment is Terror Rebels, they're trying so hard and so desperate to remove the stigma that's around them and just get people to concede. And I just feel like they want this so badly, so badly, that they're rebranding and they're doing everything that they can to remove that smear, that stigma, that kind of ghost that follows them around, right? So as a community, we have paid for their systems. So if they stick by what they keep saying, it's community owned and things like that, we have so many options. So currently for wallet infrastructure, we do have the Terror Rebels wallet. We've got Interchain Station wallet, which is the system that they're using over at Luna. They're getting I think it's a V2 or the V3 update soon. And then we're using what is known as Station Legacy, which is classic. So we've got options, right? Because TFL do have endpoints that we can utilize. All nodes run endpoints that can be utilized. Terror Rebels have endpoints that we have paid for as a community. So the best thing for us to do, or for us to ask the L1 team to do, is to actually utilize what has been paid for. And the best thing to do is to develop a fourth system, like we've been saying, which has been developed. So then there would be a fourth on here, which would be the replacement for Station Legacy, a system that's updatable via governance. And the people that are scoffing and turning their heads right now and saying, well, you know, if it doesn't pass, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. A proposal's already passed. Exactly the same as this. It's so much alike that this was more or less a kick up the bottom because this had come about. And I wanted to see movement on something that had already passed instead of just moving to the next thing to pass and sort of trying to keep motivation going that way. No, let's produce things. So going back to this real simple diagram that I've drawn to simplify this as best as I can, introducing a fourth system. Okay, we have options. Now I've got Terra C Vita on here with a question mark, because how this works is Terra C Vita, like I was saying in my previous video, they tried to do what Terror Rebels are doing, produce a wallet system, produce a DEX, produce a whole system that Lunc would then have to utilize and wouldn't have a choice. It's all about control on these very small sort of steps where you're getting pushed a very small amount each time, but ultimately pushing towards that really deceptive goal. Terra C Vita was supposedly paying £15,000 a month to rent those endpoints from all nodes, and they were willing to run those endpoints until we reached a 3 billion market cap. 3 billion market cap. So if you think to yourselves, if a company like that were willing to throw away 15k a month to run the endpoints, is there not something to this to gain, right? And this is the biggest danger right now, is allowing these privatization of sectors. So what I believe is, like I said, the proposal's already passed. This is just a kick up the bottom for the L1 team, and it's got exactly what I wanted to happen. And that is for a new wallet system to be introduced to replace Legacy that is updatable and controlled via governance proposals. This is done in a decentralized manner, not centralized, and everything goes through the governance like it should, right? So moving back to this, so we can remove them because they don't rent those endpoints anymore. As everybody knows, they're in a bit of a pickle themselves. So that leaves us with three options. Now, we've already paid for this option. So the smart thing for us to do right now is, guess what? Build the wallet and then just utilize the endpoints that we've actually paid for as a Luna Classic community. And if they say no, then the endpoints aren't really community owned, are they? Right? So what I'm thinking is, it's going to get to the next quarter and we're going to need to fund an endpoint system. And it's as to that point, then another counter proposal could possibly go up to say, hey, look, you know, should all be community controlled. And there must be a way for us to meet in the middle, because Terra Rebels are now 3 people, which is Raider, Echelon, and one other person. There's got to be a way for everybody to meet in the middle. If these bad actors have changed, they've changed their ways, they so desperately want to actually help, okay, that's fine. So let's meet in the middle. And what I'm proposing is actually something that brings more decentralization to the system, because we would have 4 options for people. I mean, if we do everything correctly, we'll have our own interchain station wallet. The biggest issue is with the Terra Rebels wallet is nobody trusts it. It's okay using endpoints, right? They're just endpoints. A system which is utilized for your wallet, which you're going to put your monomics in, it's not hard for someone to put in some kind of sneakiness into the code, into the system, where it's like a card swiper. So every card that goes into the machine, it takes a copy of the details on the card, the security code on the back, etc, etc. You get the point, right? And I think that's where the stigma lies, is that there's just no trust there for this system. And even with them rebranding, it's still not going to change what has happened in the past. But like I was saying, right, they have a right to develop their wallet just as much as we actually have a right to develop our wallet. It doesn't cost anything. And ultimately, like I was saying, this just brings more forms of decentralization. And anybody who's actually against the creation of this new wallet is also against decentralization, because having more wallets, it's better. Sorry, more wallet infrastructure. It's so hard, right? When what I get a lot currently is like these real technical people are like, oh, you know, oh, yeah, it's not wallet infrastructure, you know, it's 2 different things, blah, blah, this, blah, blah. It's like, I speak to the average person. I don't speak to technical people. I don't need to, you know, I'm trying to break this down as best as I can, sort of thing. And a lot of the stuff I do is more or less bastardizing things, because I'm trying to simplify it as best as I can. But ultimately, I don't see the downsides to us creating our own system. The only downside is the likelihood of introducing a system which will replace Station Legacy and have a good shot at doing it and be trusted and become the new centerpiece of the blockchain. Of course, people are not going to want to meet in the middle. Of course, people are going to want to control and privatize these sectors, right? We need to start to ask ourselves the questions and then sort of answer them ourselves and think, you know, what is there to gain here? What is there to actually lose? And it's like what I say about Luna with Luna Classic. There's only room for one of us at the end of the day. Someone is going to bring a new algorithmic stablecoin, and it's either going to be Luna Classic or Luna. The likelihood of it being someone else in the cosmos is very, very slim. We've got the best shot at it, and it's just like we are the enemy to them. As much as people want to sit there and say, you know, it's not like that. It is like that, and it is kind of sad, because you want to see people work together. You want to see chains work together, but ultimately it's a rat race. It's one big rat race. If you've ever watched the film Dune, I hope you've gone and read the books and understood about how the politics work in that, because that's kind of how crypto is. It's absolutely insane. But I hope you got some good information from this, because I really feel like no matter what we do here, we're always swimming against the current. And now I've just thrown these 2 curveballs. It's like, how could they possibly go no? They've got, I don't see the leg they've got to stand on right now. And those choosing not to vote and just sitting there being silent, it just goes to prove my theory that a lot of the nodes are ghost nodes, and they're brought up and they gain voting power to simply be controlled in certain manners to 100% control this blockchain, because we're trying to pass something that's a genuine proposal. It's genuinely going to benefit us all as users. We don't have a working system. Okay, people can't see their NFTs. All you can do on our station is send and receive, and 5% of the people that are using Terra Rebels wallet, it's 5%. The other 95% of us are still waiting for fixes from TFL, because we just simply refuse to utilize a system that's not come from a trusted source. Folks, Have a really nice day. Stay safe. I hope you caught the videos this morning. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a sub on the way out, drop a comment. It really does help out. None of this is financial off. Beware of scammers, beware of doppelgangers, beware of anyone who pretends to be me. And like always, I'll catch you in the next one.